Hey, Shalom, and welcome back to By His Grace Marriage Ministry Podcast. My name is Amanda, and I know that it has been quite a few months since my last episode here on the podcast. I am so sorry with how long it's been in between episodes. There has been a lot that has gone on in this past season, and I just had to step away from the podcast for a while and just kind of focus on those things first. But praise be to the Most High. I am now in a season where I can focus a little bit more on the podcast, finish hopefully the book of Jashar or Yashar, and also start a new book in Yahushua's name. So there's just been a lot going on. We had a move back in the end of October. We had that to get through. And then we had the rest of the fall feasts. We finished with those. And then just a lot of personal things as well that went on within my life and within my family life. And then my health has declined just a little bit more. So there was just a lot of things happening. Also, another big aspect of why I was away from the podcast was I was having a lot of technical issues. And I think I shared this in one of my last episodes where I was just having such a difficult time with the changes to the podcast platform, changes with technology, changes with devices. It was just really, really chaotic. And then, so I had not too long, right before that, like where I was doing this transition where I had decided to add my podcast onto YouTube, my YouTube channel. So the process of getting that transferred wasn't too bad. However, because I had over 200 episodes that were being transferred at once, YouTube went through all of my episodes and they found several episodes that just didn't fit within their policies and things like that. Very different from a podcast platform. And so they removed quite a few of my episodes. And in doing that, it resulted in my getting, I guess, scolded or reprimanded. And the way YouTube works, I guess, is that, they only allow you 3 strikes. And if you get to 3 strikes, they pretty much remove or delete your YouTube channel. Now, the thing with my YouTube channel is it's not just for my podcast. This is a YouTube channel I've had for a long time that has everything that my family and I use, worship and praise music, our assembly, devotionals, just so many things within just what we use on a day-to-day basis. So if I got to the point where my channel would have been removed or deleted, I would have lost a lot. I did end up getting to, I think it was 1 or 2 strikes. And at that point, what had happened was they pretty much reprimanded me by way of not allowing me to post any more videos or any more podcast episodes on YouTube. So for a while, even though I was recording new episodes here on the podcast, they weren't being released also onto YouTube. So for those of you that have been listening on YouTube, you probably noticed that it had been a couple of months since there had been anything new on there, and that's why. Also, I wasn't able to utilize my YouTube channel in the sense of like I couldn't save videos, or I could still use my YouTube channel, but I couldn't make playlists. I couldn't save anything. So it was just this huge thing. And then I got nervous because I was like, my goodness, I don't want to lose my YouTube channel. It would take me a long time to remember everything I had on it and saved, and just, yeah. So honestly, I felt like it was a big spiritual attack, spiritual warfare as well. Like I said, I've been dealing with a lot, and there's just been a lot of trials. And It's just trying to be focused on, my family, and then prayer, worship and praise, and just learning to thank Yahuwah for the afflictions, for the trials, and just for the seasons, whether good or bad. And yeah, there's been a lot. So anyways, I am happy to announce that I am going to start picking back up with the, readings of the book of Jashar. And I'm also going to start there's this book that I found through the Sefer. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Sefer, it is another translation of the scriptures by Dr. Stephen Pidgeon. And there is a story about Joseph and his wife Asenath, who was the Egyptian wife um, that he joined together with. There is a story behind that. So when I read this, I really, really loved it, and it's a bit romantic and, just really, really pretty love story, and just really beautiful, story of, Yahuwah's mercy and blessings and grace and things like that. So I want to go ahead and share that on the podcast as well. For those of you who are wondering why I never did the Book of Jubilees, I did explain that a few episodes back of my decision of not following through with that reading, but I am doing the Book of Jashar, which is very similar to the Book of Jubilees. So there's that as well. So just please be in prayer for me and my family, but also for this ministry, and to be able to continue to release these episodes on the podcast and on YouTube without there being any further issues. But mostly, I really just want to get, this content out to you all. I know a lot of you appreciate the scriptures, the audio scriptures, especially with the, the books from the Apocrypha. So I'm really, really trying to be able to get all of that done successfully in Yahushua's name and by his mercy and grace, and just get that out to you all. So thank you all so much for your patience and your understanding. I know it's been a really long time since I've shared any updates about offering counseling and things like that. After all, this is a marriage ministry. And then I just felt Yah lead me to do audio scriptures within my ministry, within my podcast. Yes, I will still be doing marriage words here and there. I will still be releasing those as the Ruach HaKodesh gives them to me. As far as counseling goes, that's something that I'm still feeling that it's just not the right timing to do one-on-one counseling with anybody. And I have some personal reasons for that. I don't know if that's something that I will come back on and share with you all, because it's tied into something very big and personal that happened within my life fairly recently. And so I'm not sure yet if I want to go into those specifics or not. Yeah, I'm just not sure yet. So I'm sorry for those of you that maybe were hoping for that. What I can say is, I hope and pray that maybe, first and foremost, you would seek the Father in prayer about anything that maybe you're needing counseling on concerning relationship or marriage or anything along those lines. And then secondly, maybe you would be able to find something out of the many episodes that are on the podcast that may help you in your time of need or whatever that you were needing counseling on. But for now, I'm not offering any one-on-one counseling just because I really don't think I could carve out time for it. Plus, I don't feel led to do it right now. And then just due to some personal things that occurred within my life, I just feel like I shouldn't be in that position to be offering anybody counseling at this time, at least one-on-one. Yes, again, as the Ruach leads and guides me, I may still release words here and there pertaining to any advice on marriage and just, every area of marriage or any area of marriage, but I'm just not completely sure on that yet. Another thing also, brothers and sisters, that I just want to throw out there, another reason why I had stepped away from podcasting is I really haven't been in an environment or atmosphere where recording is doable. We live in an apartment complex, and for those of you that live in an apartment yourself, you know that neighbors can be very noisy and very loud. Also I have my family. So it just hasn't really worked out very well, and I want to be sure that when I'm releasing these episodes to you all, that the quality of the audio is acceptable and that you're not being disturbed by background noises, especially when it comes to the audio scriptures, right? When we're hearing the word of Yah, we really don't want any disruptions or distractions. And so I take that very seriously. And when I feel like there's just going to be too much background noise, or sometimes I feel it's a great time to record, and halfway into recording I'm getting background noise, and I can't control that around me, unfortunately. I pray that if Yahuwah still wants me to continue in this ministry, by way of podcasting and things like that, that he would provide better devices, a better atmosphere, more time, if it is in his will. So I really love and enjoy doing the podcast. I am so thankful for the knowledge and wisdom that Yah has so graciously given unto me to share on the podcast, that I've done over 200 episodes. I never ever thought that I would get that far. But as with anything else, there are bumps along the way. There are different seasons, and that is what I'm experiencing currently, just within my life, my ministry, the podcast, and so on. So I think that's everything that I wanted to share with you all. I think, let's see, did I share? I think I did. There's a new email for the podcast, for the ministry. I think I shared that quite some time ago. It should be in the descriptions of the recent episodes. I apologize about that as well. That was another technical issue that I just could not get around. I couldn't figure it out. I tried everything possible. I finally had to create a whole new email, so I do apologize about that, but please still do send me emails if you have any questions, or if you do have prayer requests, things like that. Please feel free to reach out to me via email, and I will be happy to get back to you, to talk with you, to pray for you, anything like that. So just give me a little bit of time, but I will get to them. So praise be to the Most High. So anyways, that is everything. I just wanted to, say shalom, and give a quick update about why I've been absent for so long, but to also let you all know, please stay tuned. I will be doing an episode here soon. Over the next couple of days, I'm going to be releasing another episode of the Book of Jashar, starting with chapter 8. The last episode I believe I did was chapters 5 through 7. So I will be starting with chapter 8 for the next reading of Jashar. I don't know how many chapters I'll do, but I will be picking up where I left off at. And then I also will be starting a reading on a story of Joseph and Asenath, his wife. So stay tuned for those things. Those are coming over the next few days. I'm going to try my very, very best. Please pray that I have no issues with uploading anything, or any issues with, devices, technology, all those things. So just please be in prayer for me. I really appreciate it so much. And again, please feel free to reach out to me via email at the ministry email, and I'd be happy to talk with you all again. I miss that. So, all right, that is everything. I didn't want to make this too long. Thank you all so much again for your patience and your understanding. Thank you so much for listening, and I will talk with you in my next episodes. Shalom.